Alright, welcome back everyone. Week 16 now. Brand new week. We're kind of on a time crunch for this one, so we're going to be going a little fast, but we have KW6S here, as usual.
Hi.
And then we also have...
I won't fall asleep this time.
Yeah, it's like early in the morning, so we should be good. I would be really concerned if we weren't. But we also have Cat of the Potatoes here, the creator of the original park that we are RMCing the coaster from.
Hi.
Hello. So, I guess let's just get into it here while I'm loading up the first park. I'll put the rules from the previous week on the screen, just so we go over everything. But the idea was basically to just RMC the wooden coaster that Cat of the Potatoes had put in their park. Either RMC or, some kind of conversion. So, here we go. This first one is by Carter, and this is Twisted Sasquatch, or Iron Sasquatch, or Sasquatch Revenge, or any other basic RMC name you can think of. Perfect.
Is this the launch out of the station?
A little one.
So,
Oh wow, that's whack.
That's funny.
Here we go.
Doesn't like Twisted Colossus kind of do that?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I also have had no time at all, like, during the week. So, like, even though I downloaded the DLC on, like, Tuesday, this is the first time I've opened NoLimits.
oh, we got the death roll. Nice.
Death roll. So far getting, like, shoot, what's the one at Over Georgia? Ooh.
Just the Cyclone. I was about to say that, but I don't know, like, it kind of feels like Untamed to me in some spots. Like Wicked Cyclone / Untamed.
I'm actually getting a little bit more of a mini Hakuge.
I guess I can see that. That's a very, like, fast layout. Like,
It
it's
is.
very, like, rampant. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, it's nice and short and concise, too. But it fits all of the conversion for the original one, so can't complain there. And the additional comments for him, he said, I grant it you, everyone's will look the same.
No.
I think there's going to be quite a lot, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. I love the
feel like-
hardline roll over the path.
Yeah, that's actually
fun.
kind of cool, because this is a path here.
That's an awesome way of using it.
Yeah, for sure. And the little hill
But I
over
feel like
bricks here.
there's, like, a lot of variety in what I have seen so far. Like, before judging everything, the things people have been showing off. Like, everybody kind of has their own little take on it. Like, there's not just RMCs, and even the RMCs themselves are all very different from each other.
Mhm. I've seen a couple things, but I haven't paid too much attention to it intentionally, so I'm going into these mostly blind. But we are on a bit of a time crunch here, so I'm not going
But
to
it's
focus
got the
too
cool
long on
sequence.
these.
Like, that run out, like, swoop by the station and the roll. Like, I love that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And this, like, outer bank under the roll here is cool, too.
Yeah.
Alright, let's take a look at the next one here. Alright, this one is by Haysieee. It's called Bigfoot.
Bigger foot.
It's giving me mint chocolate vibes.
It does
Yeah.
have the nice, like, what is it, pastel
Okay.
color? But they said Bigfoot's an RMC iBox conversion featuring intense low turns, 5 inversions, snappy transitions, and some pops of airtime, keeping as much of the original structure and adding bits on to increase ride time. This is a faithful predecessor to Sasquatch.
Oh.
This is really different for an RMC. Like, all, like, the low flips and stuff. Like, kind of like, I don't know. It's just different.
Yeah, I know, like, Zadra does it a little bit, but it's not
Yeah,
super typical.
Helix on an RMC is pretty cool.
Another roll in basically the same spot. And they also said that even though I didn't want to see lots of RMC conversions, which isn't necessarily the case, I just didn't want to see only RMC conversions because I wanted other things to be on the table. They say they never attempted one before, so they took the chance to attempt a conversion and not ground up. It's pretty tricky, but I believe I did a good job for the first attempt. I think you did a pretty good job.
Like, really unique.
Yeah, it's definitely really unique.
Like, yeah, like all the low turns, like especially the first section being like super like mostly ground and stuff. Like that's like reminds me like a mega light kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
It's like very neat.
And it's definitely not
What if
what I would consider typical for RMC.
we built a megalite, but wood?
Yo.
I mean, that'd be cool. I feel like that's kind of like actually the intimate prefab trains could. I don't think they could really articulate that tightly.
I guess Balder kind of
like,
is like that
Yeah.
in its own style. But yeah, very cool for this one. Let's take a look at the next one here. Alright, this one is from Coaster Maker 1.0. It's called Steel Cyclone. Oh no. This looks like the original template. Alright, this one is by Deadlylightningspirit. It's called RMC Sasquatch. Great name.
It's only a matter of time before Real Park actually names something just RMC the old wooden coaster.
Honestly,
Why?
at this point. Oh!
Ooh, Ride to Happiness type start.
And in the additional comments, they said, "This is my first time trying a challenge like this. My first time submitting anything. Apologize for any mistakes with submitting. Looks all good so far. So I wanted to do one of these for a bit, but didn't have time. Not experienced with wooden supports. Didn't give much effort into making sure they look stable. That's fine. Wooden supports are complicated and take a lot of time, so that's just kind of part of the game.
Very funky.
Yeah, but that's okay.
No, what I mean, like it's like cool, like it's different, you know.
Yeah. It looks totally fine to me so far. That's kind of a nice section there.
Right. Goes around this section the opposite direction. That's cool.
Yeah, actually, this is the first one that's deviated from the original path, isn't it? Super significantly, at least. And then roll into the brakes.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's a cool layout. I like the Ride to Happiness roll. I feel like that's only a matter of time, honestly.
It's very like different, like bouncy layout for an RMC. Like it doesn't feel like as rigid as most RMCs do. It feels more bouncy and flowy.
Yeah, it's got like GCI pacing almost.
Yeah.
But like in such a good way. With
That's,
like this like
overground.
yeah, with this like almost quintuple down kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way it just doesn't reuse the final turnaround of the original, like, at all. It just...
Yeah, because the original one went down here.
That feels very RMC.
Yeah. If you're changing it up, you gotta change it up at the end. Especially with, like,
Yeah.
Gwazi, it just completely does something different. But this one's cool, I like this one. Very different in a good way, I would say. With this, like, outer bank over the path here, too.
Yeah.
That's a nice touch. Very nice. Let's see the next one. Cool. This one is called Swamp Stalker by TB.
I can already see some custom support working nice.
Got the truss boards for sure.
I wonder how tall is this?
I have no idea. The only additional comments were, "I'm sure guests can easily walk around the truss supports, so ignore that." I guess they probably go inside the path.
That's very interesting. I'm really curious about this guy.
This is big.
Like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
It reminds me of like the Zaldra.
Oh, yeah, with the speed hill and then the... Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Big
Ooh,
stall.
Big stall.
Oh, a dive loop.
Double up into a dive loop. That goes hard.
A wave turn. You're really pushing this template to the max here.
That's fun. That's a very fun layout. Like,
Hey, finally someone who moved the storage track.
this is crazy. Like turning like a 100-foot wooden coaster like a hyper type.
This has got to be
I think the
200.
original is 85 feet tall, I think.
Damn. So even bigger, like doubling the size of the ride.
This has got to be a hyper at least.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
at least like 180 feet. Because the fact you're able to have like a dive loop like that late in the ride.
Yeah. Doesn't quite follow the original path super closely, but that's not necessarily a problem.
Now,
You know.
near the end, were those cables that I noticed in the supports?
Oh, they are.
Yes.
Just to connect back to the
You'll
structure.
end it.
That's funny, yeah. Vengeance does do that a lot. And I think New Texas Giant uses just steel beams.
Yeah.
That's funny. But this one, yeah, the truss goes in here a little bit. It's close enough. It's close enough.
They can walk around the truss. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Very nice.
Somebody's picked up on the I-beam and sue the park.
Yeah, true. Potential lawsuit there.
Kidding.
Alright, let's take a look at the next one here. Alright, this one is by CrazGaming. It's called Steelsquatch. And he says, I'm finally back. Haven't even participated or built an NL2 since week 6 due to work, so this week's mission is more of a warm-up to hopefully do better next week. The supports for the path crossovers are pretty jank, but it works. Hope you enjoy.
Damn, there's like a lot of like green entries this round.
Yeah, I guess the original one was pretty green, so it makes sense. But they're like all exactly the same shade. It's really funny. Starting off again with the turn this way. Ooh, and just stall.
Doll.
Wave
And then a
turn.
wave turn.
That's cool.
World's smallest step up under flip. I love it.
Or try to double down.
Another wave right below the first one. That's very nice. Roll over, and then the quick path back into the brakes.
That's a fun little layout.
Fun little layout, very true to the original idea, I would say.
Yeah.
Keeping the storage track there. I like the stall over for the first turnaround. That's kind of cool. And the 2 lined up wave turns is,
I really like the wave turn.
Yeah.
That's a really nice picture.
yeah, that's nice. With a little bit of custom supports here, that's always nice.
It's not too jank.
No, it works, it works. But keeping the paths clear here. And very nice. You'd like to see it. Awesome. Let's take a look at the next one here. Alright, this is Sasquatch Revenge and the Hunter by AWOKEN. It built a family coaster and a 1.8 mile RMC in the short space. I'm scared now.
I'm interested.
1.8. Isn't that like?
Dragon 2000.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna get on the train here. With the super slow lift on 4 times speed.
Oh no.
Unless your buddies.
Oh, this is gigantic.
Is this a Strata RMC?
It's at least a giga. It was kind of a pit special looking first thing. I kind of like that. That was like a stall going up into the overbank.
Yeah. Watch your turn. No, I think I'll bank it on this.
I've already lost count of the inversions.
General.
Mid-course, of course. Gotta have the capacity for that.
The fact that it almost completely stops on the mid-course makes me concerned for what's coming next.
But it definitely needed to. Nope, can't go back to the station yet. Gotta go around again. There's so many inversions. This has to be at least like 12 by now, right?
You know, why just go for the hybrid inversion record when you can go for the world inversion record?
True.
I think crazy.
Alright, let's see this family too. I'm assuming this is a shuttle boomerang.
Huh. It would be nice if there were our family coaster trains out there. I know somebody's working on some.
Oh, it stopped.
That's cool. Look Outer Bank.
I love how the family coaster, because the names of these are like, you have some variant of Sasquatch and the Hunter, right? The family coaster being the Hunter is hilarious to me.
Yeah, when it's like 200 feet shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that one random redneck who really thinks he can go head to head with Bigfoot, like with his bare hands.
Some story building here. Good lord.
Let's go.
That section's kind of cool in reverse.
Yeah.
And then we already saw the back part here. That is quite the impressive, oh, that's a steep drop too.
It's like crazy. It's like a very like surreal RMC.
Yeah.
Like Matt.
This is like a, oh shoot. What's his name? I forget. But one of those like crazy, like YouTube clickbait thumbnail NoLimits coasters.
Yeah, totally.
Gigantic and very unique. And I like the use the double spine for the lift instead. That's kind of fun. Very slow lift. Alright, let's take a look at the next one here. Alright. This one is by Grandcrackers. This is Steelsquatch. Most original name ever, 100 emoji. I don't think this is the only one named Steelsquatch.
Interesting.
I just imagine the official logo for the ride has that as the official tagline.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
Using Coaster Pete's trains.
Isn't this what Peach trains? Yeah.
Turned it around? Okay.
These are Pete's trains, right?
Yeah. I believe so.
Oh, and going the other way too.
That reminds me of like Wicked Cyclone.
Yeah, kind of. Stall. Stall by the lift, of course, as one does. That last roll kind of sets up for the brake run entry pretty nicely.
Yeah.
The drive tires back up into the station is funny.
I have to say, though, that is exactly the kind of thing Potato World would do.
Yeah, you got like a Lost Coaster brake run into the into the brakes. Very nice. The 5 cars is interesting instead of the usual 6. But very nice.
Wonder if anyone kept the original 8.
Probably not. I would hope not, at least. Alright, let's take a look at the next one. Alright, we've got back again to dominate this week. We have DarkStar with RMC clearly now. Sasquatch is gone.
It's gonna be pink, isn't it?
Oh, it's yellow.
Ooh.
I've seen this one. This one's dope.
Already wearing in, that's how you know it's a real RMC. Gotta have the gender roll, of course.
Gender roll. Ooh.
Big Airy Force Outer Bank.
Yes.
Step up into the
That
roll
was the
down.
original shape for Wildcat's like third inversion. Because it was gonna be like an air shuttle and like a diving roll. I kind of wish they kept it. That would have been super cool.
Where was that?
Wildcat's Revenge, the third inversion, was originally supposed to be like that.
Interesting. I'm not even familiar enough with that layout. I need to go ride that.
Me too.
Well, that's a DarkStar layout for sure.
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, all his layouts are awesome in general.
But he went the extra mile with the supports here.
Yeah.
For the most part, at least. But yeah, it looks all very genuine, of course. I do like this element.
I love how like all 3 inversions are like, or I guess 2 of the 3 inversions are like super unique on this, where it's like you like the diving roll and then you like the gender roll, you know. Then you have the classic 0G roll, because why not?
Yeah, of course. You have to have the classics.
What I love right there, after the step up underflip is, so on the original it's a small hill after that turnaround, then a slightly larger hill. This one's the other way around.
Yeah.
With the small hill here and then the larger hill. Or somewhere there.
Right there.
Small hill here. Yeah, larger hill and then small hill. Yeah, definitely with the big hill here now. But it's got the speed, so. Very nice. And all in the structure and keeping the original footprint pretty much. Very nice. Alright, let's do the next one here. Alright, going a little out of order, but here we go.
You are going to be gagging when you see this.
Here we got Loundlim with Arsonist.
Alright, let's see what he's done to my ride.
Oh my gosh, what is this?
He should be using my Infinity Flyers. He said he was going to use them, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
You can take a wild guess what this is meant to be.
Oh, this is like a modern Titan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Okay. He
Guess
said,
how tall it is.
please tell me this isn't like 300 or something.
It is.
Oh,
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Man's crazy.
For the comments, he says, really like the layout, but rush the supports super hard, so they suck, and there are probably a few clearance issues with the supports we'd usually have noticed and fixed. That's fine. This is whatever this is. This coaster is supposed to be a GCI Titan track with Infinity Flyers. Use RMC track and Millennium Flyers. I mean, you got the resources if you want to do it later.
Yeah.
It says just moved and don't interact. Oh, he just moved and doesn't have internet yet, so he doesn't want to keep the data usage up and the download to a minimum. Makes sense. Oh my gosh. With the Hyperion? Whoa.
Let's go.
and then the low section.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh,
The
yes.
giant picnic roof.
Giant GCI tournament. Well, ish. This is like so fast.
Whoa.
Ooh. It's wacky.
The double gender roll? Oh, never mind. Whatever that.
Again.
Whoa.
The Ride to Happiness double dive loop.
Of course.
Wouldn't that just be a flying snake dive?
I guess so.
I always think of it as whatever the one on Flynosaur was first.
Ooh, roll through the station. This is crazy.
I kind of like that one tame overbank in the middle.
Just as like a reprieve from the insanity.
Yeah. And then back.
How fast does it hit the brakes?
Too fast, probably. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's less of the wooden structure left than there is new steel structure.
Yeah, I think the name really does indicate that you just burnt down the original.
Yeah.
What can I say? It's a crazy ride.
Jeez. Oh, how many cards is that? Is that the original 8? That's like 12, isn't it? Yeah, it's like 10
Yeah.
or 11 or 12.
I think 12 is the standard, so...
Yeah.
That's gigantic. That's cool to see, though. I'm glad that people are like actually making these now, because these are...
Me too.
Yeah,
They're such a underappreciated coaster style.
Yeah. This is such a cool, like, thing that should be getting as much traction as like T-Rexes. Yeah, that's super cool. And of course, all in the template. And jeez. Very
The
cool.
roll out of the tunnel right there is insane.
Into the roll through the station as well. Crazy. Alright, let's take a look at the next one here. Alright, this is Funky Penguin with Sasquatch Awoken. Must be no mods with the rocket coaster style to work for the trains to work. I don't have any mods, so we should be good to go.
The logo goes hard.
Logo does go pretty hard. Did we get to launch out the station too?
Bumpy, bumpy. Just a lot of like rocking and rolling. It's nice.
Oh, I like the lift sound.
Reminds me of Wildcat a lot.
You gotta have the lift you can hear from across the park.
Of course, that's just part of being an RMC.
Although I don't know about the other ones, but I think Railblazer was supposed to have silent anti-rollbacks, but...
I know that park has like a noise restriction.
Yeah.
They've got office built complexes like right next to them. This is very nice and fast paced. Ooh.
It's an interesting.
That was nice. Especially to be so integrated into the structure like that. Very fast paced. That
Nice
wasn't like
ride.
Yeah, no. Very
Or like
nice.
random.
The fact that it's a custom style threw me off when I hit the brake run because I didn't hear any sound, so I thought it was just gonna fly into the station.
Oh, yeah, I think these are Pete's trains again.
Yeah. Coaster Pete car script, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very nice, the triple down here. Yeah, this was nice and concise. I like this one inversion here with the Outer Bank exit.
Yeah, it's full wacky.
It's wacky, but it's like integrated into the layout really well, so it doesn't
I
feel
agree.
super whack. And this extra almost double Z with a double zero G with a stall on the other side. Very nice, and the truss supports look good too.
540 and rolls out.
Truss supports look really good. These must be Loundlims actually.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, there's a bit of a launch there. Awesome. Let's see the next one here. Alright, this is L24 with Maversick. It says, if you said it needs to be a woody RMC, I didn't listen well enough. So I guess it's a little bit different here.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Which, you know, I guess it works. It was supposed to be more of a conversion, but...
Oh, yeah.
It's like high-speed Matugani with whatever that is.
A vertical loop.
The 95-foot tall vertical loop. Oh, I like that truss support.
Some funky supports going up on there.
We have Falcon's flight at home.
Yes, we do.
Oh, and a second mini launch?
Oh, interesting.
Was that like a weird cutback wave turn hybrid?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna have to look at that again. And a very steep brake run. Interesting. Let me see that again. I think it's just a cutback.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's just the line being weird.
Yeah, it might do it a little bit, but that would be my kind of element. Very cool. Not quite the you know, as you said, not quite the idea, but it's still a cool idea nonetheless. Circular.
The supports are great.
The supports do look great.
Yeah.
They don't look very wooden, but they do look pretty good. Very nice. Alright, let's see the next one here.
I'd also like to point out, I just love the fact that before the heartline roll through the loop, it pauses and then rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an untamed type.
That's a very Matugani as well.
No, I think that's reverse of Untamed, because Untamed has an uphill roll and then you drop out of it.
Yeah.
I always thought that was a really cool, like, kind of way to do a heartline roll instead of just having it flat.
This one is by Keltan, which its coaster name is BRAT by Charli XCX, out now. And he said it has copyrighted audio, so I've muted the audio for my own purposes. But I'm assuming he wants you to go stream it yourself anyways. It says, yes, that's the full name.
The color scheme.
He says, yes, that's the full name. This is for the art, not the charts. Yes, God. Wanted to make an RMC that took somewhat unconventional path through the old layout while keeping the fast pace. Transfer and storage would be with an elevator. Yada yada.
The color scheme, for some reason, is giving me NoLimits 1 vibes, and I don't know why.
Ooh.
It's very saturated.
There's paths. Yeah.
With a very bright skybox.
Reminds me of, like, Zadra.
Yeah, somewhat.
Ooh.
With the Untamed roll, of course.
Nice. Big hill.
Took the tunnel.
Damn.
Very pronounced wave turn.
Wildcat type wave turn. Boom.
And then back into the brakes.
Damn, like that's fun. I remember he was like telling me, he's like, "Do you think it's too short?" And I'm like, "No, like I'd rather have like a short and concise layout like this, you know."
The
Yeah.
truss support for the brake run is pretty cool.
The transfer support for the brakes is
Where,
pretty cool.
oh,
Yeah, with
who did
the
know?
storage down here. That's pretty cool. And for that, I like that the it looks like the original path would be like just this inside circle. So it just
Yeah.
added this extra part, which is kind of cool that it's reused the same part but in a completely different way.
I love the like mix of like low and high elements throughout the layout. Like then like
Mhm.
that like it's really nice like contrast. So it's not just like one high element after another.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like more layouts could really like to do that. You know, it's like just juxtaposition and that sort of deal, like
Yeah,
mixing stuff up.
and the tunnel's cool. First person to use the tunnel. Very nice. Let's see the next one here. Oh, this one is by Quotition. It's called Ilyena, I think, with a Y. I don't know how to pronounce that. But he says, supposed to be a GG reprofile that uses the original's layout besides the two inversions. So this is like a
Ooh,
Hades
interesting.
style, I'm assuming.
Right.
I like
The,
the light pattern creator. I'm assuming it's
the
light pattern creator.
walkboard.
Yeah, that really adds a lot. Yeah, that's light pattern creator. Let me actually unmute the. Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah. It really feels like it has like its own like character to it.
What was that?
It really feels like it has like its own character, like Gravity Group style.
Yeah, it does.
Very bad.
And it kept the double up into the brake run
Yeah,
from the original.
yeah, that was really cool. I like that as a gravity group conversion. That's really clean, I think.
Yeah.
Very true to the original and to what gravity group would do if given free reign over it. That's probably even pretty good shaping for gravity group.
Yeah.
Very nice. This looks really cool. I like it a lot. Awesome. And I think KW6S, you said this is your last one for today?
Yeah. So I gotta head out. Me and some friends are going to Universal. Like it's been really cool to see all the like variation in the entries. You know, like this one, Loundlims, and then like even though like there's a lot of RMCs, like every RMC has like unique stuff going on. Like no two are identical. You know, they all have their own like unique flair to them. So that's really cool. You know, to see what everybody came up with for this. Um, I'm really excited to see what the next prompt is going to be. So have a good one, folks.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, I guess. Let's see the next one here. Alright, this one's by Matrix Coasters. It's called the Vendetta of Bigfoot. It says, ignore the error message, everything works regardless. The supports are created with Loundlim's RMC Trust Generator and the trains from Coaster Pete. Makes sense. That's goofy.
Ooh, separate load and unload.
Very interesting. I was launched. Launched into a big stall.
And
Is this a
big
general
outer bank.
Oh, just an outer bank.
Lateral shift. Roll.
Love a good lateral shift.
Oh, you're gonna love mine because there's a 1.2 G lateral shift.
Oh my gosh. I rode a Voyage last weekend and there's this crazy pump in the back section. And it was nice. Yeah, the ride to happiness
Yeah,
roll that's like way drawn out.
The JoJo stall.
Yeah, for real. But that's definitely a unique take on that way of doing it. But it looks really nice. So, very cool. Let's try and get through these as fast as
I like
possible.
the color of the track.
Yeah, the color of the track
line
really
is nice.
Yeah. Alright, let's see the next one.
And the whole separate load and unload station, very, very potato world.
Yeah. Gotta get that capacity. This one, alright. This one is by Kurt. It's called Sasquatch Strikes. Say Sasquatch Strikes is an intense GCI twister coaster that throws everything at you. Edited autogen water supports. Layout is hand built. Old footers are visible on purpose. Thank you, DarkStar, for the extensive feedback. That's not the same coaster at all. Thank you, NoLimits. GCI with the outer bank pre-lift is interesting. I think I saw bits and pieces of this one, but I haven't looked closely at the whole thing.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing this one in more than like 144p.
The pre-drop is really cool.
The head chopper that, while it probably technically passes clearance, feels way too close. That's very GCI.
Yep. Yeah, this is very GCI. A little bit of like Wodon almost there. Very GCI. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I'm a fan of that. That's funny. With the room for the past and the rocks. Yeah, this like double drop thing is really cool. I like that. And the shaping on all this is very GCI-esque. I guess more or less, especially this part, sticks to the original. A little bit of freedom here, but that's fine. Very nice. I like that a lot. Let's see the next one. Yes, this one is by Waldo Lahr. This is Bigfoot. This Bigfoot is an RMC conversion of Sasquatch, complete with custom stations, zero car with lights, and as always, bonus coaster that breaks the rules and is not to be counted. Shocking, I know. Enjoy. Well, now I have
I'm
to
curious to know what the bonus coaster is. Like, did he finish the invert, or...
That's true, unless there's just something else in the template. Let's try and get on this one first.
Oh, it's got the CJA Grizzly control booth.
I hate that ride.
I've operated that ride.
I'm sorry. I think they turned your invert into a floorless. I like that little overbank. That's very RMC shaped.
Yeah. And... ooh. Okay. Kept the double up. Oh, okay, those supports are cool.
Yeah, these supports are really well done. Definitely seems to fit right over top of the original structure. And a little step up into the Heartline into the brake. That's cool. Very nice. Yeah, these supports look really clean. It looks like they were using the 6-foot density instead of the 9. Oh, I like the fire tower too. You know I'm a sucker. You know I'm a sucker for a good fire tower.
Wait, is that supports?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, that's really impressive.
Not too bad. Condor and then floorless coaster. Yeah, they floorless your invert. Very cool though. Yeah, this is very RMC shaped. It reminds me a lot of Wicked Cyclone, with a little bit of Untamed maybe.
Yeah.
But very nice.
The custom Zero car is fun.
It is fun. And the station here looks really good too. Getting like Beast vibes. Very nice. Alright, let's see the next one here. Well, this is One Mon with Green Bean Casa-Coaster. Additional comments are, I tried. And I think I saw this one. I'm pretty sure this is a Giga.
Okay.
Back with the mint green again.
Toothpaste track.
Yeah.
This ride brought to you by Crest.
Oh. That's a launch lift. That's more of a Listerine to me, I think.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh.
Spiral
okay.
drop.
Inverted top hat?
Big airtime hill. Mid course? Gotta have a mid course. Little pop of air down there. Hardline roll.
Maversick roll.
And then really fast shot into the brakes.
Okay,
That
so
is very
it would
large.
seem to me you can't advance one train off the mid-course until the station is empty.
That's funny.
And the inverted top hat is really fun.
That's pretty fun, especially with the rolling the opposite way going into it. Very large. But very nice. And you said this is probably your last one?
I mean, if the next one is really quick, maybe one more, but...
We could do one more. We could do one more.
Yeah, give my socks a little bit more time in the dryer.
Ah, yeah, that's probably worth doing then. Alright. This one is from MLDesigns. Again, Steelsquatch. Using Coaster Pete's trains again. That's kind of funny that the straight section for the transfer and then one extra hill.
Yep.
Ooh, that's fun. Airy Force Outer Bank. Stall, of course. Roll over the path again.
Another roll over the path.
And then just an airtime barrage into the brakes. Oh my gosh. I just kept going.
Yeah, and that's quite the ending.
Yeah, from here all the way back. That's like, how many hills is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, basically, straight into the brakes.
Yeah, someone likes Steel Vengeance.
I put 2 of them right at the end. Very nice, as always.
Yeah, I gotta get going in a second, but it's been really cool to see all of these. Especially considering that when I first designed this layout, like 2 years ago, before the weekly challenges were a thing, I built it with the intent of RMCing it and then never got around to it. So,
I guess it's finally come full circle then. It worked out.
yeah.
Oh, we went extra for the supports here. These are like really clean. But yeah, we've come full circle. Of course, always nice to have you and the extra commentary from, you know, the original creator of the ride as well. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to these supports. That's funny. But yeah, I guess I know you gave me the other prompt idea. Not sure when or how that's gonna happen, but of course, if I do get one, you're welcome to come back again.
Yeah, maybe then I can finally finish that that yellow thing over there.
Yeah, we're gonna have an invert replacement contest or something.
Yeah.
Alright, well, it's been nice to have you. We'll see you around. I'm sure we'll see Potato World again very soon.
Yep.
Or potentially Potato World 2.
Yeah, I think I've got maybe like 3 more things I want to put in Potato World, but it's starting to lag, so...
Yeah, it's definitely getting there. The opening the file takes a hot minute.
Yeah, anyway.
Alright. Nice to have you around. We'll see you all, or see you, we'll see you later.
Alright.
Alright, see ya.
Yep.
Alright, let's take a look at the next one here. Alright, this next one is ironically from Cat of the Potatoes, who just left. This is their reinterpretation of the original ride, basically, just with like a, you know, like a basic retrack and something stuff. Not really a conversion. This is just their frame of reference, basically. So probably wouldn't really, you know, didn't really qualify for what I was looking for in the contest in the first place, but they submitted it as a frame of reference anyways, which is nice to see. But since they didn't get to be here to explain it, they did say that, yeah, it's mostly just a retrack with some rebuilt sections, but nothing too major. With the new lighter colored wood that's been pressure washed off, and with obvious CGA grizzly inspiration, with a little bit of Giant Dipper. Which, yeah, for the most part, this is pretty basic new, basic retrack of the original. He made some of the spots lighter where it's been retracked. Yeah, that's more or less what the original ride looks like. It did used to be all green, so I think the new colors look a little bit better, and then they did revamp some of the supports here and add the lighter color for the retract spots. Some cool attention to detail, but, you know, not really a real submission in the first place. But still cool, nonetheless, and as part of the entirety of Potato World. So, very nice. Alright, let's get back to the regular entries. Alright, this one is by Chaos Hero 5567. It's called DragonFly. It says, hope not too late. As long as the form's open, you're not too late. Oh, they put test dummies in them, that's fun. These are Pete's trains again, I believe. Truss lift. Kept the flat turn on the top, but rolled on and rolled the same way off, that's fun. Took the other path around the outside. Ooh, and then cut back over to the other side of the structure. And then hardline roll into the brakes. Very nice. The truss supports look pretty good. I'm assuming this is all going to be like custom. This would be custom supports in an ideal scenario. I like this little pop-up over here. It's kind of cool. And the fact that it took a different path is always very cool, because I feel like not enough RMC conversions try and do that where they can as much as possible. But that's very nice. Awesome. And I do believe that that's the last one. So all we have left to do now is to look at the results from the previous week. And the previous week's contest was to take an existing set of footers, which were Taiga's footers in this case, and build a new ride that uses all of the same footers, or at least only uses the footers that are already there. And so our winners from the previous week for overall best, in third place we had a tie between TB with Vampire and Grandcrackers with Happy Farmer Redux. In second place we had MLDesigns with Phoenix. And then for first place for overall best was LSM Trails Talos. And then for the best use of template, we had a three-way tie for third place, with the Muffles Energy, Cat of the Potatoes Gladiator, and TB's Vampire, all coming in third place. In second place was LSM Trails Talos. And then in first place for best use of template was MLDesigns Phoenix. So we had a trade-off on the 1-2 for overall best versus best use of template, so that's always fun. But that's very nice. As always, remember to vote using the link at the top of the description for the one that you saw this week that you liked the best, so that we can get the results for next week. Of course, remember, as always, to vote for your favorite that you saw this week so that we can get a winner for next week. Congratulations again to the winners of the previous week. And now, before we get into this week's contest, I just wanted to briefly apologize for being so late with this one. We recorded the rest of the footage last week, and then I just couldn't get everything edited together in time to release last week. I've been super busy these past couple weeks, and when I have had the time to work on the videos, I haven't had the energy to go along with it, so I had to make the executive decision to delay for a little bit just so that I could rest for a little bit. But with that out of the way, let's get into this week's contest. Now, this week's contest, as you can see, is called Super Duper Boomerang, and that is, of course, because last week we got the first ever NoLimits 2 official DLC in the form of the Vekoma MK1101 trains, which are awesome. You know, it's a great value. For only $4, you're getting this brand new coaster style that honestly looks better than anything that's already in the game. Absolutely worth the money, just for the sake of supporting the devs and also, letting them know that we want more content and that these trains look great. But for that reason, I figured that this week's should be, in some way at least, related to the Vekoma 1101 trains. In some way. As everybody probably knows, Great Adventure is adding a brand new boomerang in the form of the Super Boomerang, the new Vekoma Boomerang model, which is really cool. It looks like is going to be a lot of fun. But honestly, I think it looks bad. I think it looks like a lot of fun. I just think it's ugly, and I don't know if it's a good fit for the park. So your challenge for this week is basically to make a new one. Now, with that said, it isn't necessarily to make a new one for that plot. It isn't necessarily to make a new Vekoma Super Boomerang layout. The point of this project contest is just going to be to make a new boomerang layout in any form, really. So for that reason, even though this is, to celebrate the Vekoma DLC that just came out, I'm not going to be requiring that you use it or that it has to be a Vekoma at all. In fact, I'm not even going to require that it be a true shuttle coaster as they commonly exist. The point of this contest is just to make a new shuttle layout, because shuttle coasters typically are so short that there's only so many sequences of elements that you can do, and there's really not that many out there. But with, modern times and modern practices, there's a lot more elements and things that you can do in such a short amount of space that it would be super interesting just to see some new ones. So, with that said, it doesn't even have to be a true shuttle. Now, by that, I mean things like Switchback at ZDT's, which has a full circuit lift, but pretty much the entire rest of the ride is shuttle by using a switch track at the bottom of the first drop. That I think most people would consider is a shuttle coaster, even though it's not a true shuttle setup. On the other hand, though, things like Pantheon technically have the same ride system and layout, even though the switch is in a different place. But I wouldn't really consider that a shuttle coaster. So keep that in mind when you're making whatever you're making, that it's not, if you choose to do one of these layouts that has a switch track and a full circuit section, that it's not primarily full circuit, because it should be at least at the majority shuttle section. But when it really comes down to it, that's basically the entire contest. No restrictions on terrain, theming, style, anything like that. It just has to be some kind of compact shuttle / boomerang, which of course can include the Super Boomerang model and the MK1101 DLC if you want to. The only rule that I'm going to put in place for this is that it cannot have a similar or any kind of existing layout. So I don't want to see the existing boomerang layout, but with a launch and modern track. It should be entirely unique and new. And I don't want to see like the Super Boomerang layout with the old style track or anything either. But as long as everything is unique, you're pretty much good to go on that front. It just has to be at least a majority of the coaster should be a shuttle coaster, and it just has to be completely unique to anything else. Now for the core of the contest, that's pretty much it. But I had noticed this past week we had the 2-week long contest because I was out of town the previous weekend. But I heard quite a lot of positive feedback from the people who were submitting in the contest. I know that I posted a poll on the channel a while back that the 1-week format versus 2-week format, just asking which was more popular, and the 1-week format was more popular among the viewers. However, that also seems to be somewhat the opposite for the people actually entering the contest. And with, my failing to reach the deadlines and worrying about the workload of everything on my end as well, I think it makes sense to transition into only 2-week format contests. So the way that would work is exactly the same as the last week worked, and exactly the same as this next week is going to work. I will post the videos on Sundays, and then the entries are going to be due not the next Friday, but the Friday after that. And then I will do my best to get the video out over that weekend in time for the next Friday. So all of the people entering, if you're busy during the week, you'll have one weekend at least to whip something together. And everybody who does make things during the week, you have a lot of extra time to get everything looking exactly how you want it to and work on your skills. But I think that about wraps it up for this week. There's no template for this week. Freeform whatever you want, just make sure to rename your files. The submission form is in the bottom of the description as always, along with the voting form to vote for your favorite that you saw in the video this week. Do remember again to make sure that I have access to the files in the form of making sure that Google Drive links are accessible and Steam Workshop links aren't private. But I think that about wraps it up for this week. So I will see you all in 2 weeks.